Okay, guys, welcome to our plan and prep for October. You guys, I always get so messed up with our months. We'll be in one month and I'm planning the next, and my brain's already into the next month. So we are already doing that for November. We're like, October's done. Now it's time for November. So if you hear me say November, that's why. But we are going into October, which is a super fun month. I say this every month. I'm excited for the month and what we have planned, but I think this one's a super fun month and idea. It's something we haven't done before. We played with a couple ideas between the group of monthly leaders, and I think we came up with something that was super fun. Just so you are caught up, you will start a lot of this Sunday. So we are a little late on getting this going, only because we didn't have the last few days of September into the 1st of October done for you ahead of time. So you will need to jump on these sooner than later if you want to end your September and go into October with our theme that we have available. Before we jump into that, I'm going to go over kind of the action calendar, team incentive, things that you can consider doing and provided for you as resources for your customers. Then Shay's going to go over the storyline and kind of how we laid out October for you. And then we want to talk a little bit about November to get some feedback from you guys. So whether you're live or you're catching the recording in the comments, we'd like to kind of know who would be interested in our ideas for November. Okay, so let me screen share first. Let's see, and let me let's start with the action calendar. So I did a few different things in the action calendar this month. The ones that you see, we have our typical theme days, What's in It Wednesday, Thrifty Thursday, just so you can stay on kind of your social media themes. If you choose not to do our storyline or the graphics, at least gives you ideas of what can I be doing on these days. Those are still on there. Some suggestions are also put into there, like Friday is start preparing for boo bags or tricks, not treats bags. And I'll kind of show a few things that I've made for those and used, but you have a gamut of things that you can do. You've already heard me talk on Morning Mingle about boo bags, getting bags. You could do them as small little gifts for people can purchase and give to people. There's lots of things we'll talk about as we get into October for that, because we have the whole month of October to do that. But if you look over here, it says take on the spooky challenge. There's 9 spooky challenges. And this per se is not a prize winning thing like our fill the pumpkin incentive will be. The spooky challenge was something I was thinking about because a lot of times there's things in our business that we're scared to do. We're fearful to do. And we avoid those things because we're scared to do them, whether it's talking to a customer or doing a follow up. And just is something scary. So, what better way to do that than on the spooky holiday is face those fears? And so, these might not all be your fears. Some may be easy for you, some may be a little harder for you. But I'd like to take some time throughout the month of October on our Posh Crew page and jump on and say, hey, I took on the spooky challenge of the day or the spooky challenge of the week, and I did this, and this. So not only are you sharing what you're doing to face your fears, but you're also helping other people find ways that they can do it. A lot of times, and this will go into outside just the plan and prep, is if something is uncomfortable for me, whether it be at a vendor event or the way I have to follow up with somebody for some reason, I try to find ways that make me more comfortable when I'm doing them. The way I word it, the way I approach it. But all in all, it's doing it and doing it repeatedly that makes it easier for us. So throughout the month of October, there are these little ghosts, and there's 9 of these ghosts here, so it's your challenge to get all 9 ghosts. This one up here is, what is something that really scares you in your business? You have this month to take the spooky challenge. So that's your big scare. What is that? It's different for all of us. What's that big scare that you're really going to tackle this month? That's your big one. And then there's smaller ones. Like week 1 is post a reel with a trending sound. So we can talk about finding trendy sounds and posting a reel. Maybe that's something you haven't done. So it's fearful because you haven't done it and you don't know how to, and you have the whole week to figure out one reel how to do it. This one here, challenge, make a Friday follow-up list. If you haven't been doing follow-up Friday, maybe it's time you make a list and you share your list, or you share on Posh Crew how you tackled that fear of messaging, texting, making a phone call. What is that spooky fear for you when it comes to follow-ups, and how did you tackle it? Week 2, add 5 new friends and engage. You have the whole week to do that. So how could you each day of that week find a new friend or engage with someone on a social media feed, comment on something? It's really just pushing you to do things you're not comfortable doing. Wednesday, um, so some weeks there's usually another day one. So like Wednesday the 15th, it's ask your audience, what's your most have fall product? And then create it as an engagement. So you can kind of see that when people start commenting and they say their most must have fall product is the healer stick, you get on and you say, hey, I love that. That's one of ours too. How do you use that in your house? When do you use that? Why? What? You're creating that engagement more than just asking a question. You're having a conversation because you need to build that relationship. You can go through the rest of these, but that's what they're laid out to do, is use the month to face some fears, to do the spooky challenge for yourself. Again, some of them may be easy for you, and you do. Share on the team page. If I make a post, what are you doing for this week for your spooky challenge? Get on, share what you're doing, because what's easy for you may not be easy for someone else, and your experience, knowledge, and suggestions can help. So that's what the spooky challenge is. The fill the pumpkin, I don't think I left that one open. So let me go to my Canva page. So this is this is our team incentive. So you're going to want to print off your pumpkins. They look like this, just one pumpkin. And I probably should have done this one, not the post on the bottom. Don't, if you print this one off, it's fine. So what you're gonna do is, as a team incentive, I need to come up with a couple prizes for our team incentive. I haven't done that yet. It starts in October, so have grace on me. What you're going to do starting October 1st to October 31st, up in the featured section, there is a pumpkin that says post your pumpkins here. Okay. Every time you hit $300, $350 in PV and you finish a pumpkin, you do have to shade or color it in as you go. You're going to post your pumpkin, and on the pumpkin, you're going to put where your PV's at. And why do I say that? So you can get entered in as little as 350 PV for the month of October, one entry. Okay. Now, if you want to keep going, then your next pumpkin, you're going to color it in and you're going to put 700 PV because you've done your 350 and 350. So it's your second pumpkin. So for every pumpkin you get entered into the giveaway for October, I'll put it in the wheel of names. So the more you're in there, the more chances you have to win. And it's pretty much just sharing and coloring in your pumpkin as you go. The stem's 100, one eye is 200, second eye is 250, mouth is 300, the face is 350. So by the end, you get a full colored in pumpkin, you post it, and then you start on to your next one. So if you have a goal of getting 5 pumpkins colored in, print off 5 and make it your goal to get those 5 colored in. So that's our team incentive on our action calendar. So the spooky ones, kind of engagement, us working together to share with each other. This is your team incentive. If you go to Posh Crew, oh, let's see what count I'm in. I am on the right account. If you go into Posh Crew, just so that everybody's on the same page, featured section, and we'll talk about these two. Here's where you're going to post your pumpkins when they're finished. Each time they're finished, you'll go into the comments, take a picture, upload a picture of your pumpkin, and then at the end of the month, I'll be able to go through this and write down how many entries you have. Your October action calendars here. It's also in the files section. If you go into the file section, there's a PDF. You can open that up, print it off if you prefer that instead of a screenshot. And then your resources, this is October resources. So in this one, you have just me talking about what the incentive is, and then a print off here that you can print off and use for your pumpkin coloring. Okay. Now in here also, before I move over to Shay, these were 2 little boo bags and we can add to this, you guys, if you have other ideas or things you've done. I know there's one with gender bender and removing facial makeup where you can give a sample of gender bender and how it removes all of that makeup at Halloween. That's another great one. I have to search for that one. These I just made super simple. So it's mini mummy facials. So you would have wash your face with a pea-sized drop of, and you can write in what it is. Is it BFF? Is it Daily Greens? What did you give them to try? And then step 2 is apply a pea-sized drop of, and what moisturizer did you get them? Simple, easy. We're not doing a lot of steps. You can get them in Lacans, or you could do them in heat seal packs. You could double-sided tape, put them right on here. So you could print 4 of these a sheet on cardstock, cut them out. You have 4. Then do a sample of your wash, a sample of your moisturizer, put them in a cute bag with like a sucker or a candy, and you can hand these out to moms that are trick-or-treating with their kids. You can use them throughout the month to just plant seeds with samples for October. This one I like, we start talking about winter time, and as the heat comes on, you get a lot more dry skin issues, so no more bone dry hands. This one's a quarter size amount of whatever exfoliation you want to use. You want to try Daily Green, Sugar Fix, you pick. And you're going to put that in a Lacan or a heat and seal and put it on your little sheet, and then apply your favorite lotion after you pat dry your hands. Pick a hand lotion. You could even do our Halloween themed one, put it in there. And then on this one, I always have optional. You don't have to put the sample for this, but it's kind of like a suggestion. They may ask, hey, what is the healer? How does the healer help? But optional, use healer on your really dry, damaged area for extra love. No tricks, just treats. Relax and enjoy. 2 ways you can easily use simple things you have at home: a face wash, a moisturizer, an exfoliator, and a hand cream, and plant seeds and share product throughout the month of October. Last but not least, what I have for you, 2 things, and I'm already planting seeds for this on my business page. I've had several engagement posts regarding fall. How do you decorate your pumpkins? Do you carve? Do you paint? Do you use templates as engagement? And then what I'm doing off of those engagements is I'm like, hey, make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to have a pumpkin carving contest in October. So typically what I do is I change the date on this. I have them enter their pumpkins on VIP or my business page or your personal page between October 24th and 27th. So that is running a Friday through a Sunday, I think is what it is. No, Friday through a Monday. So if they do it on Sunday, they can post their pictures on Monday. Then I take the entries and I put them on my business page on the 28th and I give them time to vote. You can do a cutoff on that, like give them the 28th, 29th, and 30th to vote. And then on the 31st, I announce the winner, the one that got the top votes. Now, for just depending on what you want to do, I will probably do the spooky bundle for mine. But if you don't want to do that much, do just a hand cream, you guys. Use your perk points, get a hand cream. Super easy to do, and people will play and appreciate it. This one's good because you can run it at the end of the month and you can do the winner right at the end on the 31st or November 1st. If you choose to do, and I have this in Canva, so if you want the template to upload the winner right here or whatever, just let me know. But this is a costume contest, so a lot of times these have to run like the 25th through the 31st because people will go to Halloween parties on the 31st. And so they'll be posting their pictures and then you'll just have to decide when your cutoff date is for that and when you'll post the winner. Again, these are on Canva. I can give you the templates. You can change the dates. You can change the criteria. I just put them here as examples right now so that you can start thinking about what does my month of October look like? What do I want to do? What things have worked for other people? These have been really good for me. Okay, so again, Posh Crew featured section right here. You'll have those things right here. Calendar where you're putting your pumpkin and then your resources. And then in the files section, here is the action calendar. And then Shay will talk about the storyline. So I'm going to unstop share and we are going to switch over to Shay. And Shay's going to give us a rundown of the storyline and if you want to talk about your this or that. I love that too.
See if I can move my
I'll make sure you're up and running before I
that
mute
there we go. Hide that bar. Here's that. Let's do this one first though.
Okay, I'll mute
We'll make this
myself.
one
Let me
quick
know
and
if you need
simple.
me.
So as an additional engagement to all of the lovely graphics Kristen does, I decided I wanted to engage my business page a little bit more with a fun would you rather kind of situation instead of doing text posts. Quick, simple engagement where they pick a quick answer and call it done. You can consider making this an incentive type game where somebody could win prizes for interaction or not. You could just keep it a simple engagement and call it done. There are 31 days worth of would you rathers that are both product based as well as seasonally based. As you go through the month, it will slowly transition from just your fall seasonal items to slowly in a bit more of your Halloween themed and based products and graphic images. And I did like the idea of keeping our gender bender on Halloween and figuring out who's gonna clean their faces and how. So that in a nutshell is what these particular graphics are for, just to help give you engagement, help showcase our products some more. We are in our selling season, so this is a fun way to engage and find ways to get our customers talking about the products too without being over product based. Um, the stop dropping down. I've got this little drop down thing that keeps coming in. The, let's see, feature of the week storyline. This here, we decided to try something different. We've constantly been doing a featured product on a weekly basis and then showcasing all the different parts to it, how you use it, what are the ingredients for it, things of that nature. Last month we switched it up and we gave you ingredient based graphics and images to talk about certain ingredients that we use all the time in most of our products. This month, because it's Halloween, because we all love a little bit of spooky and it always makes things fun, we decided to play around with the combination of the two. And we created a month based on a witch. In this case, I used the name Poshlynn Nightshade. Poshlynn playing off our business name of Posh, because this way, whether you use the name or not, you're still showcasing Posh throughout the storyline. Here, the first week, since it's the transitional week, it was suggested to maybe showcase our spooky products before they're officially gone. So we did that. We have the story write-up, as Shalene shared, in the files section where you can read how I've laid it out. Use those as examples to create your own adjustments of the story. But essentially on September 28th, you will introduce who Poshlynn is. She is a witch who conjures up all kinds of fun products. She's not necessarily the bad witch, but she's a good witch who helps herself as well as all the neighboring townspeople have nice, healthy, clean skin and cared for skin. The first week she shares with us all of the spooky products that we have. So you would go through each day of that week and share a product. So Mask Monday would be your squad ghouls. Tuesday, who do you think you are? Bath elixir. Your snarky bar on Wednesday. A thirsty Thursday with our extra thick spooky body butter. And then on Friday is our Fantasy Friday with our Happily Ever After, since that's our newest one. And then on Saturday, I shared the bundle that we currently have online, but you don't have to share that bundle. You can create your own bundle based on the products that we have available. That way, if you have stock of the products that you want to offload or anything like that, you can showcase those however you want. If you need a template of any sort, feel free to reach out and let me know. That way you can kind of bring what you want to make into the same storyline feel that we've got, and I'd be happy to do that. Then either on Saturday, depending on when you guys post, I post in the evening for these, but we have to introduce our villainess or our not so great witch. This is what helps transition this storyline into the rest of the month. We gave her a name of Rowena, excuse me, Dreadmore. She is jealous. She does not like the fact that Poshlynn gets all the attention and can make all these lovely little potions that help people. And she's essentially pissed. She wants to make Poshlynn pay for all the good deeds she's done, since she can't manage to make a potion work. And her potions always end up backfiring. Instead of helping to heal acne, they cause more acne. Instead of healing dry skin, it causes the skin to be extremely dry like a desert. So the idea is to give a intro post to Rowena, which I have given you a write-up of something you can consider. And then we would work our way into our cursed Poshlynn. So the curse gave her at least 4 basic skin care issues that we can address with Perfectly Posh products. One of which being acne. We all have grown to love our BFF. So what we have done is, as the week goes through, okay, we've got a cursed Poshlynn who wakes up, she looks at herself, in a mirror, or she's just talking out loud, she's touching her face or whatever, realizing she's got this problem. So she goes to her grimoire to try to figure out how she can correct the issues. Each day you would pick a page to talk about what the ingredient is that is actually in our BFF face wash. Um, I've laid it out by the days. You guys can switch them up however fits best for you and how you want to talk about them. But we showcased the aloe vera, the glycerin, the cucumber, and I think it was the peppermint. My screen's blocked by um, another tab up.
Yeah, it's
But then on
peppermint.
Friday, what's that?
It's peppermint.
Okay. Um, and then on Friday, we feature the actual product and discuss, okay, well, hey, now that I've got everything blended and mixed, this is my new potion product, however you want to label it, and let me try it out. So here's the best face forever, BFF exfoliating face wash. She tries it, she uses it. You can talk about it in that post or the fact that she's going to use it, and then continue the story on to Saturday. How did her day go? Did it work? How is it helping her skin? As she's talked about this new product and loving this new product, she can also share an upsell of another product that can pair well with it. The way I played it off is a product that she had created in past that she's going, oh, well, this will pair really well with it. So in my storyline, I decided to use the daily greens. Not everybody can exfoliate on a daily basis without causing hindrance to their skin. Sometimes it can over dry. Daily greens is a nice sensitive facial wash that you can use on a daily basis, and it's good for sensitive skin too. So this way you can upsell and play the two products together and hopefully find individuals who might want more than just one item. We continue through the rest of the weeks. Her image, her acne is pretty much gone. We move on to our next product, which was, excuse me, our So Cute Balancing Face Oil containing 4 different ingredients. We then on Friday share the product and then upsell it. Why not add the moisturizer to the oil? We are going into the winter season where everything is going to be much more dry. So again, another consideration. Now she's not so dry, but why is she not so dry? Well, one, she's got some great skincare products with some nice soothing cucumber, but our next featured product also helps with all of that dryness. Sorry about that, wrong button. The next product we're going to look at is our overnight success. And so that's why we decided with the not so dry, because we still want her to get more hydration. So we talk about the ingredients in that product for 4 days, talk about the product itself on that Friday, and upsell it with the stripper. Her reminding herself that, oh, by the way, if I got rid of all of this dead skin and exfoliated it off more, I can have a better chance of hydrating my fresh skin underneath faster and restoring my complexion easier. And then bringing that same tip over, we bring it to the following week, and her face is healthy, but her hands still aren't. Her body is not. Um, so she vows to create one more product to help with her body. And so we work with glycerin and sugar and avocado and honey to create our sugar fix body scrub. And in turn, she remembers she has her indigo off to the side after taking a nice exfoliating shower and remembers to hydrate after to help lock in all that moisture to help hydrate her skin. And then a final image, if you so choose to finish the storyline, as she's back to me and her skin is now fresh and polished. And she's learned all kinds of things over the month of how to not only create these wonderful products, but to be self-aware of not being, let's see, what's the words I want? Upset with Rowena, I guess would be one way of saying it. Finding the silver lining on a bad situation. If it wasn't for this curse, she wouldn't have made these beautiful products to work with. So you can play the ending however you choose. But this is kind of the idea that I have about the storyline on how you could use it. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know and I can help walk you through any ideas.
Unmute. I was unmuted. Oh, you probably heard my dogs eating their bones. Sorry about that. I thought I was muted. Yeah, we thought this was fun. I mean, I played a little bit with chat to try to keep Poshlynn poshy, yet put the ailments to her. We thought it was a fun way to do that. So you can definitely jump in and use those graphics. If you don't want to follow the storyline, I would just use the ingredients. Use the ingredients as a chance to say, let's break down BFF into its parts. Why is this such an amazing product? Why do people love it? Because people are looking for solutions to their issues. And so we just happened to put all the issues on Poshlynn, and she's got to figure out how she's going to get rid of them: blemishes, dry skin, dark circles, all the things. So, yeah, thank you, Shay, for going over that and sharing your storyline with us. And hopefully that, get you guys excited to start thinking about how you want to play with that in the month of October. Again, everything is in the featured section. So go up there, you can download what you want, whether it's or this or that. Typically for me, I'm going to start working on preloading mine right now with my storyline. So I do things different than Shay. I think what I will do for October is I have an engagement post in the morning. Mid-afternoon, I start my story because I'm starting it on Sunday. I like to do it after church time. And then I may do a this or that in the evening as another post engagement at night. Don't have to do three things on your page. 1 to 2 is perfect. But we do offer those up so you can decide what best works for you and your customer base. That is October. We hope you're excited. Shay and me, we're starting to talk about November. So if you don't want to talk about November yet, you can jump off or stop the replay. But we wanted to get some feedback. Typically, November is Thankful November, being very thankful for the things that we have. Um, and Posh is a great positive thing for a lot of us. And one of the things I'm super thankful for is I'm thankful for our team. I'm thankful for the people that are here, the people that are sharing Posh. You guys are just a huge, huge part of my thankful and my why when I talk about Posh. And what better way to do that is to feature you. And so, what we would like to do in the month of November is actually create a template that features you and your favorite Posh product. So not only does it allow us to feature you as an amazing part of the Posh Crew team, but it allows you to pick your product and talk a little bit about why it's your favorite. Do you want to show them kind of your general template you're working with, Shay? We will need quite a few people to either do a Google Doc or sign up because we're going to need to make sure we have people for each day. We are thinking maybe do Monday through Friday featuring a person, and then Saturday and Sunday being like Share It Saturday, Self Care Sunday. So it's just a little different cadence. So we're not doing the same thing. But like this is a good example. Shay's playing with a graphic right now to see how we could do it. And we'd love to hear your feedback. But it would be like in November, we would introduce how thankful we are to be a part of a community, a crew, a team of people that are uplifting, supportive, encouraging, come along the side of us and just make Posh so amazing. So we're kind of planting the seeds of opportunity for people to come join us while we're also featuring products and why we love Posh or what our favorite product is. So if you see here, Shay has a cute picture of herself always. Where's she from? What's her current rank? What's her favorite hobbies? Why Posh? why she joined Posh, and what her favorite product is. And what we would do is, depending on what we choose or how many people will participate, Thankful Friday will be a chance for us all to get different people's faces on our VIP page, on our business page, and to really be thankful for the people we get to work with and the products we get to use and how we need to share them. So, anything I missed on that, Shay, with talking about what our thoughts were for November? We want to get started early on this because this is going to be work for everybody. Everybody's going to have to participate in making the graphics. It's not just me, Shay, Kristen, someone jumping in and making graphics for you. We need your participation.
Right. Um, that's definitely why we are starting early. We also want to make sure that everybody's into the idea before we do any of the work. But yeah, essentially just showcasing product. It's selling season, so let's showcase as many as we can if we can manage to get enough testimonials about them. If all else fails, we could always turn around and just do 4 weeks of the same product and share testimonials amongst everyone. So if we have 5 people who love BFF, which I know we do, um, we could share the testimonials throughout the week based on that one most loved product. But the idea or the thought initially is to get as many products shared as possible so we can help sell a holiday season and get as many people interested in as many products as possible. But in doing so, yes, sharing you, sharing Posh, sharing why you love the products, why Posh is such a great opportunity for yourself, but for everybody else involved, and giving them a glimpse of what it could be should they ever decide they want to consider the opportunity themselves. So we thought it would be a great way to just showcase everything about Posh.
Yeah, because we'll be in busy selling season anyways. So
Right.
education wise, we're not going to throw a lot of education at them. You're going to be focusing on bundles and sharing product bundles for Christmas and events. So it just made more sense to feature and thank those of you on the team willing to do this instead of do like a feature of the week, feature of the month, because we'll be switching cadence as far as, sharing your $5 gift sets, $10 gift sets, what you can offer up to help people shop. So, yeah, that was kind of our thought. We're still playing with how to collect who's doing what and stuff like that, but we wanted to see from watching the recording, or if you're here live, commenting under the recording, if you'd be willing to participate, if it's something that you like the idea of. We'd like to get started on it sooner than later, within probably the first part of October, so we can get everything laid out correctly. And don't worry if you don't know how to use Canva. I was just trying to think in my head, maybe we can make a jot form. You put your name, you put your why, let us know what picture you want to use, what product. Shay's got lots of products that she can put. If it's overnight success, she can lay it on there. You don't have to go search for that. She'll need the
Just like
picture
the
for
image I
you.
had, I didn't
Yeah.
have a picture of myself holding BFF, and so I just put it best picture I had for a selfie and put the product with it. So
Yeah. And if you want to
either
hold
way
it, take
works.
a selfie, you can too. We've had lots of people do that too.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to plant that seed so we can start working on that. I will, fingers crossed, get this downloaded and uploaded to YouTube for us and posted on Posh Crew for our plan and prep for October. Let us know if you have questions, if you need guidance on anything we talked about. I know the storyline can be a little confusing. That's why I wanted Shay to walk you guys through it so that you could grasp how you could take it and use it. But we're happy to expand on that too. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Shay, for helping me. I
You're
appreciate you.
welcome.
All right, guys. Well, have a great Wednesday, and make sure you check the newsroom today, and then we
Check
will
your
post
emails too.
and emails, and we will post any. If we're doing posts for the newsroom, we'll typically screenshot part of it. Have you go over there. We just want you to get in the habit of checking that on a regular basis. I personally do not expect you to go over to Sharing Posh. I do my best to move anything from Sharing Posh over to Posh Crew. But as far as the newsroom, I would highly recommend checking that 1 to 2 times in the morning and in the afternoon if you can put that into your schedule. All right, guys, have a great day and thanks for joining us.
Have a great day, guys.